Thanks again for joining me here at Lies of P. And being that this is the free game for all you PlayStation Plus owners, I wanted to dive right into this game. This game is absolutely awesome. I'm on my third playthrough, and I just wanted to go over a few things before I start the third playthrough. Okay, I am at 200 level 258. I grinded quite a bit during playthrough number 2 because I wanted to be ready for 3. I fought the nameless puppet during the first playthrough and the second playthrough. So now to get the third ending, I believe you gotta give Geppetto the heart versus not giving it to him. If you, and I might have this wrong, but if you don't give it to him, you have to fight the nameless puppet, and he's not easy, you guys. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. He's not. But if you choose to fight him, I'm going to have a commentary on that too once we get to that part, because I probably will fight him again, and then I'll do play. I'll probably save it and then get the third ending. So what you do is, to get 2 endings in one playthrough, is you just save the game before you make the choice, so that way you can go back. Okay, you cloud save it and you're good to go. So anyway, when we get to that point, I will cover it with you because there's a lot of playthroughs on it where everybody's throwing all kinds of projectiles, and I have a playthrough where you don't have to do that. So stay tuned. Couple other things that I want to point out is I really put a lot of points into motivity and technique because that raises your legion, arm attack damage, and just your physical damage. Okay. I also brought my capacity up to 50. So eventually, you're going to be able to carry multiple weapons, depending on the choices you make with the P upgrades. So not too much in advance. It just gives you more on your Legion, your Legion arm, and your defensive for your stats, for the damage, for your resistance to fire, the electric blitz, and the acid. Okay. Vigor is, of course, for stamina, and it also takes care of your physical fire, electric blitz, and acid. And vitality is all health and how you guard, your defense. Okay. So that's real important too. I have it up to 25%, and it seems to be working well. Okay. As you can see, I have 629,900 in Ergo. And if you ever want to see, how many levels that could be, you just tap R3 and just change everything to the max, and you'll be able to see how many levels you can go up. But I'm saving that. So as you can see, I can go up 21 levels. But again, we're going to save that. If I'm only going to use it if I absolutely need it. Otherwise, I just grind it out, because when you just use your Ergo rather than grinding it out, you don't get more drops of anything. And then you end up having to buy stuff, and then you run out of money, and so on and so forth. So, okay, so I wanted to point that out. The other thing I wanted to point out was the gold coin tree. You get 8 of those when it's completely ripened. And I'm going to just show you what I've been doing over there to get ready for this next playthrough. Okay, so over here, being that I've just finished playthrough number 2, you're not going to see the NPC here, just this box. But normally there's an NPC here. And I've been putting most of my gold coin fruit into temporarily restoring the Spectre. And that helps you when you summon him, it gives him health. Okay, and I have the amount that my wish stone can give me is 3 times. So that definitely gets you through a boss fight. And then the other one I have a lot into is just restoring my HP. It doesn't give you a lot, but if you're running out of health and that's all you have, it'll help you to barely get through a boss fight. Okay, depending on what you want to do. You know, like I said, this one for me, the Friendship Wish Stone, really works well. Okay. So that's what I've been putting my fruit into. And as you can see, I have 17 in storage on that one, and I have 13 in storage on that one. And I can buy more. I have 90 in reserve, 90 gold coins, but I'm saving that for the next playthrough, because those will carry over. Okay. The other thing I wanted to point out that I acquired on my second playthrough is when you tell a lie, and I will show you, I'm going to go over there right now. When you tell a lie, the portrait on the wall of Pinocchio, his nose will grow, okay, right here. And once his nose gets to a certain length, you'll be able to get a weapon. And I achieved that on the second playthrough, and I just want to show you. It's right here. The Golden Lie weapon, okay? And you will acquire that. I don't know how many lies you have to tell, but I was able to do it. And the way I did it was I told more lies toward the end of the game versus the beginning, okay? So I already have that achieved. Also, since it was my second playthrough, you get +1 items. As you can see, I got a +1 reinforced liner, +1 shot cartridge, +1 converter for the large capacity. And then these are all the boss amulets, okay? Because I played through it twice, this is the last thing I'm going to show you before we dive in. Because I played through it twice, I have every boss weapon. Okay, so as you can see, look at the amount on the bottom left. It says amount in storage or amount in bag. That means I have it. It says I have one, and then I have one, and as you can see, I have one of everything. So I'm ready for this playthrough, and then same thing with the amulets. Here's the amulets. I already have these two, that's why I didn't get them. I just chose to save the Ergo. And now it's just going to be all boss Ergo. Okay. So I have all the boss weapons and amulets. All right, so let's get going into playthrough number 3. And let's hit it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to point out too is all I need, I believe, is just one more record. This one here. And I believe you get it on the 3rd playthrough. Okay. And that's it. So let's jump right in. This is Bad Skadooby Gaming. Put up a like, subscribe, and put any comments about Liza P. Tell me how you like it. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me where you're stuck. And when I get to that point, we can go through it. And let's rock and roll. And I have it on standard difficulty. I'm not going to go easy or, you know. All right, here we go. And then once we're through, I'm going to go through the new DLC that's called Overture.
Can you hear me? Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
I don't want to reset my P organ, so no. That's cool. It gives you that option, though.
There you are.
I probably should have showed you that, but the only thing I have left on my P organ is just getting additional slots. So, and I'm going to finish that off with this playthrough.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krat, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
All right, there's the lamp, which I already have.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
I'm not going to switch the Legion arm. I use Falcon Eyes, and or I use Aegis. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Aegis or Aegis. Okay, those are the two. The other one I might use is the electric one. Fulminous. Does huge electric damage, but Falcon Eyes has been awesome for me, so that's what I use. Modifying the Legion arm. I only have a couple left to modify, and I'm going to finish them off through this playthrough. Just 2 on the Flamberge, 2 on the Deus Ex Machina, and 2 on the Pandemonium. Everything else is upgraded. And the P organ, like I said, all I have are, with the exception of the Perfect Guard Durability Recovery, which is probably the next thing I'm going to upgrade, but this is just for weapon slots. This is for belt slots, which is great, you know. I mean, that'll make you pretty, that's probably the second one. I'll probably do that one and this one first. But, you know, I don't need multiple Legion arms. Or amulet slots might be the next one, too. That's huge. Fury Attack Guard. This helps with your lightweight. And actually, these are all new. This is for Phase 7. So, you acquire that on this playthrough number 3. So, that's awesome. And then increases special grindstone issues. So, before I started this playthrough, all I had was this to upgrade. These 3, this one, and that one. Okay? But now it gives you all these new ones. Pretty sure, or maybe they were here. But yeah, I'll probably do the amulet slots and the belt slots next. We'll see. All right, but that's what I have left for the P organ. And we're out of here. All right, well, my favorite weapon, let's see if I can equip it here, is the umbrella, the etiquette +5. It's a phenomenal weapon. Like I said, it does the job. It goes great with the stamina. And it's just a beast, okay? And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you my build. All right. I am going to change this. Somebody coming? All right. So what I was using on that last boss was the Arm of God amulet, the Awakened God's amulet, the Patience amulet, which I love because it increases the stamina recovery. So you can just keep hitting, especially with the etiquette. And then the Puppet Destroyer amulet. So I'm going to change this one out here and equip the Hunter's Amulet +1 because it gives you more ergo, which is basically soul, okay, per enemy. Because I want to level up quick. I want to level up a lot. And this is New Game Plus number 3. All right, we're going. Let's go. Passengers note. All right, this should take us back to the beginning. This is a shortcut. Not hard. All right, here's the beginning. Where we started. All right, here's a big boy. Now watch with the falcon eyes. Not bad, huh? All right. Falcon eyes, max, pretty, try to max that sucker out. Makes life a lot easier. And then it regenerates one time. So you see it's at half right now in the bottom left corner. It'll regenerate a little bit over time. So you don't have to use your... you don't have to use your Legion magazine. Okay, try to save those up for boss fights. All right, so we got the key from him. Basically, that unlocks the door that we couldn't open in here, right here. Where's it at? Up here. Okay. All right, here we are. Krat. Krat Central Plaza, right? All right, here we are. Stargazer activated. Now that's basically your bonfire in Dark Souls. Okay, this is where you get all your health. This is where you can level up.
It's called a Stargazer. A marvelous device the stalkers used in the past.
Public doors exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puzzle numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment, gather ergo, clever one.
Stargazer.
Stargazer will make you stronger.
Don't forget to put up a like, subscribe. This is Bad Skadooby Gaming. This is Lies of P playthrough number 3. All right, so like I said, you can level up here. I need 27,000 to do that, so I'm not going to be able to do that right now. You can switch your Legion arm, which I showed you. You can pick whatever one, and these are all the Legion arms, okay? You can assemble weapons. You could switch your grindstone, which is at the top of your, and you could switch your wish stone, okay? Let me show you the grindstone. The grindstone is right here, and you use that when your weapon, the durability runs down. So the bottom right, you see that long white bar? That's your weapon's durability. When that runs out, you have to use the grindstone and grind it like that to restore the durability of your weapon. Otherwise, it'll be useless. Which is like the old Demon Souls games. Okay, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, your weapon actually degraded. So you had to take care of that too. So, all right, well, we'll see you here next time. Thanks again for watching. Lies of P. Playthrough number 3. Rock and roll.